It all started with a joke, or at least, that's what Emily kept telling herself when she agreed to a fake marriage with her best friend, Harper. It was supposed to be a simple solution, nothing more. A practical way to help Harper get her visa extension so she could finish her art residency in the city. Just for the paperwork, they'd said. No strings attached. No big deal. Just a few signatures, a quick photo or two, and maybe a little kiss for the officials if they insisted. But as they stood in that sterile city office, surrounded by dull white walls and the constant hum of an old printer, Emily felt something shift inside her. The air grew thick. Harper's hand brushed against hers, a fleeting touch that sent a jolt through her, and suddenly, the moment felt terrifyingly, overwhelmingly real. "Ready?" Harper whispered, her voice attempting calm, but her eyes betrayed her nervousness. Emily could only nod, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. "Ready." The officiant began to drone through the formalities, his voice a monotonous background noise. Emily didn't hear a word of it. Her entire focus was on Harper, the gentle curve of her lips, the way she kept biting them to hide a nervous smile. The faint colorful paint stains still clinging to her fingers from the previous night's work in her studio. It was a detail so quintessentially Harper that it made Emily's chest ache. Then came the line that hung in the air, electric and heavy. "You may now kiss to seal your vows." The room fell silent. Emily's breath caught in her throat. This was it, the performance. This was supposed to be simple, a well-rehearsed act, just for the paperwork. But when Harper stepped closer, her eyes searching Emily's, asking a silent question, seeking permission, Emily knew she couldn't hold back the truth anymore. A truth she had been burying for years. Their lips met tentatively at first, a soft, uncertain touch. And then, it deepened, becoming hungrier, more desperate. The kiss was electric, a current that sent every rational thought scattering into the wind. Emily's fingers found their way to Harper's waist, instinctively pulling her closer as Harper seemed to melt into her embrace, one hand rising to gently cup Emily's cheek. In that moment, the room, the officiant, the paperwork, it all disappeared. There was only the warmth between them, the symphony of their heartbeats syncing up, and the unspoken realization that something fragile and beautiful had been hiding in plain sight between them all along. When they finally, reluctantly, pulled apart, Harper was the first to break the spell, a blush spreading across her cheeks as she let out a soft laugh. "Well," she said, her voice a little breathless, "guess we made it look convincing." "Yeah," Emily whispered back, feeling dazed, her lips still tingling. "Very convincing." For days afterward, the kiss was a ghost that followed her everywhere. It replayed in the quiet moments of her day while she was brushing her teeth, folding laundry, or mindlessly scrolling through her phone. She tried to shake it off, to dismiss it. It was just part of the act, right? A necessary piece of the charade for the sake of bureaucracy. But deep down, in a place she rarely visited, Emily knew she had crossed a line she had secretly wanted to cross for a very long time. Their married life began with a blend of awkwardness and familiar comfort. They shared meals, laughing about how they had to keep up appearances for the nosy neighbors. They set up matching mugs in the kitchen as a running joke, a symbol of their fake domesticity. But soon, little gestures started to feel heavier, laden with unspoken meaning. Harper would leave Emily's favorite tea by her bedside in the morning. Emily found herself fixing a stray strand of Harper's hair before she left for an art show. Their long, lingering stares across the dinner table became more frequent, filled with a tension neither of them dared to name. One rainy Tuesday night, they were sitting on the living room floor, sorting through a mountain of marriage documents for an upcoming immigration interview. Harper let out a long sigh, breaking the comfortable silence. "It's strange, isn't it?" she said, her gaze distant. "How something so fake can start to feel so real." Emily looked up from the pile of papers, her heart skipping a beat. "You mean, us?" Harper hesitated for a long moment, then gave a small, almost imperceptible nod. "I think about that kiss sometimes," she admitted, her voice barely a whisper. Emily's pulse quickened, the sound of it roaring in her ears. "Me too," she confessed, her own voice just as quiet. "I think about it all the time." The silence that followed was thick with everything they hadn't said for years. The rain tapped a gentle, steady rhythm against the window pane, counting the seconds. Finally, Harper moved closer, her eyes shimmering under the soft, warm light of the lamp. "Emily," she began, her voice soft but firm, "if I kissed you again, right now, it wouldn't be for the paperwork." Emily's reply was a breath, a prayer she didn't know she was holding. "Then do it." This time, their kiss wasn't hesitant or uncertain. It was deliberate, intentional, and full of all the emotions they had been holding back. It was a kiss of release, of truth, of longing finally answered. Harper's hands framed Emily's face as if she were a precious work of art, and Emily leaned into her touch, their lips meeting with a tender, desperate urgency. This kiss wasn't a performance. It was a promise. A promise that didn't need signatures or official stamps to be real. When they finally broke apart, Harper was smiling through happy tears. "So, does this mean we're not faking it anymore?" Emily grinned, her own eyes shining as she gently brushed a thumb along Harper's cheek, wiping away a tear. No paperwork in the world could ever make this feel more real than it does right now. Outside, the rain began to slow, and the first hints of morning light peeked through the clouds, promising a new day. Their story had started with ink and signatures, a fiction written on government forms, but it was sealed with something far more powerful, far more binding, a love that had patiently found its way in, even through the smallest crack of pretense. Thank you so much for watching our story unfold. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. We appreciate your support more than you know. See you in the next one.